Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to do a 219 mile review on the Rad Mini. Go over a few things here. Kind of the experience that I've had with the bike so far. You know, this is a really solid bike. A lot of good points to the bike. Want to point these out. Upgrades that I've done to the bike. Obviously, I put a back rack on it. Put the new pedals on it. The bike comes stock with the CST big boat tires, 20 by 3 inch. We did add a side mirror to it right here. These are nice little portable mirrors and they actually work quite well. Make sure if you do get a mirror, you get glass lens. You know, the metallic ones are just basically shit. No problems with the bike. No major problems, that is, all right? The only issues that we have had with the bike up to this point have been with the back spokes, which is a break-in period. We had some spoke creaking taking place. Got that corrected. I tightened the spokes up this teeny bit, and I actually put a teeny bit of lithium grease, the spray style, in between where the spokes intersect. I did not spray it on there. I actually put the grease like in a small container and rubbed it on with a Q-tip, and it stopped. So if you guys have a problem with things like that, try the lithium grease in between where the spokes intersect. It works great. On the brakes, had to do some simple adjustments on the brakes. Basically, that brake alignment where you loosen up the brake assembly. You pull and you hold the brake lever corresponding with that brake assembly down on the corresponding wheel. And then you tighten it back down. Took care of the problems there. Really nothing else. Well, no, I take that back. We are getting some issues with the back freewheel. Back freewheel down there. Now, I do have a chain tool, the type of tool that checks the wear on your chain. And of course, both the chains are totally, basically, they're nowhere close to being worn out. But the back freewheel, which is a stock freewheel that comes with the bike, and I'm pretty certain it's an 11 by 34 freewheel, seems to have some premature teeth wear to it. You know, like the notches on your cogs. I looked at it close up because we get some really weird gear shifting taking place. And it's not because the chains are not lubed. I use a White Lightning lube on the chains on both bikes. This one and my Lectric over here. And that does make a difference. So I'm not really sure what the hell is going on there. It'll be something that has to be checked out. And of course, the brand of pedals that I went with a Peroma. These have been really good pedals so far. They definitely grip very well. This bike goes like a champ. Let me tell you what. Of course, it does have a bigger battery than what the Lectric has. Both are 48 volt, but this one's a like 14 amp hour, and the Lectric 2.0 is a 9.6 amp hour. So don't really have as much juice in your gas tank with the Lectric, but you can still go a pretty good distance on the Lectric depending on your riding conditions. So don't panic on that, guys. Other difference I see with the Rad Mini 4 versus the Lectric 2.0 is the fork width on the front, right down here. You know, this one's definitely got wider fork assembly. and definitely has more play on your cylinders for your shocks. Now on both bikes, I have the shocks locked out at 50%. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that 50%. You know, that seems to work really good for our riding habits and how everything feels there. No problems at all with the handlebars, with anything shifting or sliding around. Periodically, we do the little checks to make sure, you know, any mounting bolts, you know, are good and firm, you know, on the rack and on, you know, your peripheral assemblies up here, your brake handles, the bell, the shifter. Speaking of the shifter too, I wanted to readjust some stuff on my Lectric over here, and my shifter is, well, the screw that tightens it down is so tight, I can't get the damn thing off of there at all. And if I were to try any more vigorously to get it off of there, I would strip it out. Now, I don't know what the hell they did at the factory when they put that thing on there. My guess is they Loctited it and just freaking zipped it up with some kind of a power freaking drill or some shit. Yeah, it kind of ticks me off because if something happens, I have to take the shifter off and replace it. I'm going to be having to probably get a freaking Sawzall out and cut the goddamn thing off the freaking handlebar. That really kind of ticks me off. Another factory-related issue that bugs me about what happens with the Lectric. But overall, I'm happy with the Lectric, okay? A budget bike, it's definitely a budget bike. Make no mistake on that. I think final and foremost, you know, we've talked about the battery charging, the meter up on the top. You know, your meter bar right here, this one shows 4 out of 5 bars. You know, someone unsuspecting would think, okay, I have 80% battery left. You do not have 80% battery left. Do not base it off that bar on the Lectric or the Rad Mini. I can tell you that right now. I already proved this. You know, when this thing had 3 bars, I pulled the battery out. I did a test on that, and yeah, the battery was at like 50%. Relying on that thing right there and the distance you go is not going to have a good end result, guys. So keep that in mind. Other than that, no problems with the bike. I have a suspension seat post coming for the bike. Should be here tomorrow. It's a, actually inexpensive Zoom suspension seat post, 27.2 millimeter, which is what the Rad Mini for this size takes. At least that's what it says on the Rad Mini bike's site. So if it doesn't work, I'll be sending it back and getting a different size or getting my money back. No more bullshit. Yeah, that's the 200-mile review on the Rad Mini. It does really good. Power takeoff is completely different than what the Lectric is. I mean, the Lectric is, you know, like right out of the gate. You know, think of the Rad Mini as a older workhorse that you tap a couple of times and it's gradual, but it gets up to speed and it's durable and reliable. The Lectric, it's like that more wild horse, like you give it a kick in the haunch and you're off and you practically fall off the back end, right? I mean, over-exaggerating to a point, but not over-exaggerating if you have too high of a PAS setting and you take off from a dead stop, which I do not recommend you do on a high PS setting because that is hard as hell on your back hub and your spokes. So you guys already know that, but yep, that's the Rad Mini and commentary on the Lectric along with that. So hope you guys are keeping safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.